Hey, let's get rid of that. That's no good. That's the beer we're going to be doing. Don't Tell Gus by Verdant Brewing with some interesting hop varieties, but I'm going to get more into that in a moment. I'm also testing a new audio setup. So hopefully I've noticed when I rewatch some of my review videos that my voice is wildly out of sync. And that's because this microphone comes in from a different place from it's not coming from the camera. And for some reason, lots of different computing hardware sends the audio out just in front of the video. Let's hope I fixed it. Let's hope it's better, but I'm not going to screw up something else like, the video. Anyway, that's enough of a preface to this particular review. Verdant's Don't Tell Gus. My name's Steve Jaguar. This is a BeerNative beer review. Let's kick it off. Yes, yes, yes. So lots of risk here. New audio setup, new video setup. I kind of just hope it works. Got my hat on, ready for the Christmas season. I've got a series of beers lined up for this week, kicking off with a Sunday double IPA. Hey, it's 3:30. It's double IPA o'clock somewhere, probably here. And I love the art. I love Verdant Brewing. They're based down in Cornwall, in I think it's Penryn. I tried to go there actually during the lockdown easing, and I couldn't because it wasn't that eased. So I've still never been there. I really would love to visit someday. Verdant, if you're ever watching this, send me an invite. That'd be really quite cool. Maybe we could do a live interview with one of the brewers. But until then, I, like everyone else, am relegated to ordering online. Here it is. You can get a great look at it. Don't Tell Gus, double IPA. But I love this kind of pop art style. It's very creative. And let's lock in, see whether there is an artist quoted on here. I really think they should, because the art is really quite cool, but I don't see it. Now, here's what's interesting. Let's take a look at this. The hot side. All right, so we're whacking it into the mixer early. Idaho 7, Citra, and Mosaic. And then for a little ambiance and bouquet, getting a little bit of Citra, Mosaic, Idaho 7, and checking some something from down under in there. Enigma. Enigma's quite cool for its characteristic for red berries, but also like a white wine kind of feel, a little bit like it's escaping me now. One that sounds like Sauvignon Blanc. So let's see if we get that. Now, there's a little bit of mystery involved with this and I'll show you why. Actually, I normally would just crack it open, but I want you to see why I was confused when it arrived. Let me see. Here we go. Screen 2. Yes. I bought it from Honest Brew. Let's load it up. I had to add it to stream. Sorry, there we go. That helps if I did that. There we go. And so, interesting, right? Look at the hops. Centennial, Bravo, Citra, Mosaic, good. Simcoe and Cascade. No mention of Idaho 7. I don't see it. And certainly no mention of Enigma. And it's saying with a Hush Hush combo. I'm thinking, what? I mean, extra pale golden promise. Wheat, oats, flake, all good. Keep this to yourself. That's a very different recipe than what the can actually says on it. I was, a big fan of that, and then I liked what it said when I bought it, but I just got a totally different description written on the can. So now, this is exactly what a beer reviewer loves, right? A mystery. So let's break it open. I'm going to be having some way more interesting beers than this one. This is interesting as the week progresses towards the final day. I'm debating if I'm going to do one on Christmas. I think I should. All right, so we can see it's got this murky color. We know that it's going to be like this because it's jammed full of oats and wheat, and it's right now it just looks like I just poured myself a glass of OJ. So, and it is heavy on stone fruit. But if we think of the original list, Idaho 7 and Enigma, which weren't on that advertisement, Maybe there's a new recipe and they haven't changed their text. But this, at the moment, stone fruit all the way. Let's give it a little taste. Okay. I thoroughly believe the can is correct. Like that was a long and somewhat redundant list of hops there because some of them bring a lot of the same things. Why would you quadruple down so heavily on those, right? I didn't see anything on that list that made it. Well, actually, I'm not that familiar with Bravo hops. So that could be the mystery piece to this puzzle. But really, like it's the Centennial, Mosaic, Simcoe, Citra. Like really, I mean, if I saw that on a can, I probably wouldn't buy it. I'd be really bored by it. But the Idaho 7, separating the hot from the cold. I mean, a funny way of creating a bit of beer terminology there, but it's really good. That is a winner. You have a little sip just to see if any surprises come, because I did get hit by a wonderful tropical stone fruit there. And I would say, pardon me, a bit of a wine finish and a bit of a red berry finish. And I do think they did very well. It's not too, I thought it might be a little dry, because they've got the Idaho 7 early, which is interesting. So I think they nailed it. Like it's got a nice bitter that sort of carries you gently forward, doesn't make you want to run back and grab another sip, lets you sit and savor. It's got that kind of two elements to stone fruit. One where you're biting into let's say a peach or something like that. But then you get a little bit of the pit has a slight bitter to it. There's that. I really like that. It's like you're getting the entire fruit. So the combination of the choice of bitters with the choice of tropics and stone fruits. And I am a fan of the Enigma for that addition. I think that's a little stroke of genius in a double IPA. Tastes like about a 7%. I'm sure it'll hit later as an 8, but I think it's great. Really big fan. I'll be curious to see what other people voted it on Untapped, but I guess I'll find that out in a moment. So I'm going to give it probably an 8.5 to upper 8s, maybe an 8.7. Let's call it that out of 10 in terms of voting. So it's going to get an upper 4 on Untapped. I love the art, so I'm going to boost it a little bit for just its pure beauty of the can. And I think I'd love to say it doesn't live up to it, or for some reason it was confusing, but I can blame Honest Brew for that, right? It's kind of their fault for getting that wrong. All right, I'm going to keep this one quick because double IPAs are pretty, we all kind of know what they are. But I think if you can get a hold of this one, I believe it's still available at Honest Brew to buy. But if it's not, just Google Don't Tell Gus, and I'm sure somebody will have it for you. And maybe if you order tomorrow, you can get some in time for Christmas. If you can't, oops, just go buy something from Verdant. Almost everything they do is brilliant. That is the end of this one. Keep it nice and sweet, short, because for all I know, none of the audio and video are actually working. Bit of an experiment. My name's Steve Jaguar. Thank you for watching. More coming this week. More darker beers, more mysterious beers, and even a mince pie beer will be coming later. It will probably be my Christmas Eve beer. That's the one. Mainly, why am I not doing a Christmas Eve beer? Because I've got to go visit my wife's family. Can't do one from there. So be taking the 24th off, but I'll be back on the 25th and I'll be here on the 23rd and probably many days beforehand. So I'm looking forward to seeing more people, maybe even watching live. I'll be looking forward to doing that, and I will see you then. If I don't watch any of these and you're watching it after the fact, I'm not that bah humbug. Have a Merry Christmas. Steve out.